hello. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 1, Born That Way. Baby, we back for the hot mess of it all, the foolishness and the foolery that is Love After Lockup. We got some of our people from Love During Lockup. We got some of our people from Love After Lockup. We got some of the people that is new. But one damn thing that has not changed is we gonna get crazy, deranged. You ain't got no daggone sense. You done picked up and left and moved over here with a stranger that you don't know from in a hole in the wall. Not only do you have to deal with the craziness of the inmate, but you got to deal with his mama too. We got people lying about being married. We got people with no teeth, child, to the point that daddy taking his teeth out talking about this is what you gonna have to deal with. And we got child just fake frauds. Okay, we got somebody named Sheree and she's giving me you a fake baby. That's what she's giving me, living a whole lie. We got Melissa finally going for her high school sweetheart Louie. We got Ranika and Ashanti back in the building. R.I.P. It does feel a little weird watching knowing that he passed away, but baby, we gonna watch anyway, aren't we? Yeah, we are, because I'm here. All right. We got Keaton getting out and having a sentimental moment with his mama. We got Andy and Brittany meeting up. Child, the way she hugs him, that was giving me, this is like my brother, okay? I'm going to take you for all you got. I'm going to take your money, but I really don't want nothing to do with you at all, okay? She was hugging damn Andy like his breath stink. Let's just be real about it. All right, we got Sheree over here lying, got her family thinking she damn married and inviting her ex to the damn party just to prove to him that this is a real relationship. So we already know it's going to be a hot mess, y'all. Let's go ahead and take it from the top, get on into it, break it on down. You know how we do. So like I said, you guys, you know, R.I.P. to, you know, Mr. Ashanti, okay, may his soul rest in peace. But baby, we still, although this feels a little awkward, are going to review this and we're going to talk about you as you were, Ashanti, because you know you was a hot daggone mess. We're going to keep it real and stick with the truth, okay? And, you know, we also, of course, had Keaton and Brittany. I ain't gonna lie. They was actually bringing a little tear to my eyes when him and his family was reunited, and it feels so good. I was like, okay, this is cute. Now, Andy and Brittany, child, he go to pick her up, and her freaking, she hugged her daughter long, which is what was to be expected, and she didn't give his son a hug, which I didn't expect because she barely know him, honey. But she gave Andy the same damn hug too. She don't want nothing from Andy but whatever money he's saying he got, all right? We could already see that. Melissa's on her way down to see daggone Louie, and they said, girl, why? For what? Okay, are you worried about other women? Why would you be worried about them? Because nobody want him. And they like, he only got one tooth. I said, not one tooth. What are we doing here, right? But she said, shit, I wanted him. They said, yeah, you the only damn fool. And then, of course, the new couples that we got, right, is 7 altogether, but we saw 5 of them tonight. It was also somebody named Sheree who was with Anthony. We got Chelsea and Michael, who we did see also in the last season of Love After Lockup. She was actually the girl that was deaf and used sign language. It's going to be interesting to see what the heck they up to. And we have somebody named Genomi and Reed. So we did not see those 2 couples this episode. I'm assuming we will see them in the future. And then we got Life After Lockup coming in December, y'all. So we going to be keeping this mess going on for a while. But let's go ahead and get into it. I'm trying to figure out who I want to talk about first. We're going to get Andy and Brittany out the way because I really didn't feel like it was much to their story, to be honest. So we literally picked up where we left off. We know that him, his son, and her daughter are standing out there waiting for them. You know, we anxious. We got balloons. We got flowers. Every car that passed by, we like, is that her? You know, oh, this car look like it's slowing down. Do you think that's her? He basically saying, I don't know. She's saying she, you know, anxious as far as her daughter. You know, she's looking forward to this. And we hoping that, of course, she is going to stay out this time. You know, Andy keeps talking about this is the love of my life. You know, I'm going to be with her forever and ever, never. This is the start of a new thing. And, of course, he gives the background again, I guess, just for people that may not have saw him on Love During Lockup, that He was married before, had kids with the first wife, and of course she ends up getting, messed up on drugs, and then he did get married again, which I didn't remember him saying in Love during Lockup, but maybe that went over my head. Maybe I'm just not remembering right now. I don't know. But he had 2 marriages, and that one, they just basically, end up splitting and didn't work out. And so he's trying love once again, and he goes into a completely different direction, according to him, because we know that he is a retired cop, and here he is talking to an inmate. So at this point, they already been waiting out here for over 3 hours, and he's talking about how the sun is out now, and it's burning their asses up. Okay, they wish they would hurry up and come on. And so he done spend about $8,000 to $10,000. He don't think that, she's scamming him. For him, this is real, and they gonna spend the rest of their lives together. So finally, we see this van slowing up or whatever, and it does turn in, and it is her. And she gets out, and she gives her daughter a very long hug, as you would expect a mother to do that has not been able to, just chill with her daughter on the outside and be free, right? And then she gives his son a little hug and says, I'm happy to see him. The way she gave Andy that little peck and hug, child, it looked like so freaking awkward, and it just was like if he was her damn brother or her father or somebody. It definitely was not giving love, romance, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It just wasn't. Let's be real. And so, they're both like, oh, I'm so happy to be out. Her son is asking how you feel to be out, and she's like, it feels great to see the sky, okay, to touch the grass, to be on the outside and see it from this end. I'm feeling absolutely wonderful, and I'm looking forward to everything. And even when they hugged again, she was like, ouch, you hurt me. And he was basically like, oh, I didn't realize you had your earring there. All goofy and awkward or whatever, right? And so she was basically saying the first time that she ever got in trouble was when she was in kindergarten, okay? Talking about truancy and fighting. I'm like, all right, so basically she been getting in trouble for most of her life. She struggled with being a mom, was hyperactive, and, she just did all different kind of things, right? And so she has been through so much with the law that basically they know her by heart. All the cops where she lived at knew her. They can like see her from, far away. They know her by the back of her head and all of that. The whole town knows she ain't trash, basically. So we like, okay. So she hugging up on her daughter some more, telling her she love her and everything like that. And, she got into a relationship and started having these kids, but things, fell apart with her ex or whatever. Started using meth, started going back and forth in prison. And, of course, things was just not good. She didn't report to probation, and, of course, that ended up getting her locked up again. So now she ready. She out. She wants somebody that's going to be stable. She want to be stable. She wants somebody that's going to hold her accountable, according to her. And with Andy being an ex-cop, she feels like he is going to be that perfect person to do this, and he's been so genuine and offering so much. I said, okay, girl, we going to see. How could she possibly pass that up or whatever, and to just have a partner for life, okay? And so he asking her, is she ready to get changed and get on the world or whatever? And he was like, well, you might as well go ahead and release these balloons since you released now. Let them go. Child, she released them things and was like, woo! And they literally went up over her head and fell back down on the floor. I said, if that ain't a damn sign, I don't know what is, child, okay? Of you, this relationship, and every daggone thing else going nowhere. So moving on to them, let's see. Let's talk about Sheree and Anthony. We got introduced to this new couple, Sheree and Anthony or whatever, right? And when we first see her, they're both 34. She's like, oh, my husband, and he's going to be coming home soon, and I can't wait to see him. La-da-dee, la-dee-da, typical daggone story, right? I love him so much. He's the center of my life. I couldn't, be without him and everything like that. And as soon as she go in the house, who's there But his mama, apparently, mama got the daggone key for the house. Mama said, y'all ain't getting me up out of here. She in here cooking, and she telling her, don't leave no mess behind. Like, what are you doing here, whatever. And she's like, girl, like, you ain't got to tell me that. You ain't my damn mama. And she says that Sheree is basically somebody that always wants to be in charge, and that could be a good and a bad thing, right? Because on the one hand, mama over here telling her she want her to keep him in line, but she doesn't want her to come off like she's a parole officer. He already been locked up for all these years, and a lot of things have changed since back in her day, and she just really want him to stay out for good at this point, right? But on the other hand, she like, I'm grown, girl. You ain't gonna tell me what the hell to do, right? And so, Sheree is basically saying how, they married and they planning on building this life together, and this is their condo, but, she don't really be liking how mama just want to pop up when she feel like popping up. And I said, well, girl, you should have nipped that in the damn bud, because no, what you won't do is have a key to my house and be coming in and out. Like, bad enough you in this relationship with somebody that's locked up, but then you dealing with their mother coming in and out and wanting to tell you different things that you need to be doing and all that too. Would not be me. But girl, my motto. If you like it, I love it. Do you? Okay? Do whatever makes you happy, honey. You love it, you love it. So, and they throwing little subtle shots, little shade back and forth to each other, whatever. But for the most part, it does seem like they get along, fairly okay. I would guess you would say, all things considered, right? And actually, not for nothing, his mom and her look like they could be related. No, not trying to be funny, but it looked like it could have been her daggone mother, right? So, she just was saying, like, giving a little background of this was her neighborhood where she grew up at. She knows things good. They're both 34. She works with HR. He went to jail for burglary. It's supposed to be 3 days to his release at this point. She living her best life, and when he get out or whatever, they gonna do their daggone thing and live their best lives together, right? And so, she was saying, like, oh, you don't got a job, you locked up, you don't got a license, like, hey, boo. And she says, it was a big surprise that she fell in love with him, whatever, right? And so, of course, he talks about currently being incarcerated or whatever, and that she met Anthony actually when she was about 14 years old, and they dated for about a year, and he cheated on her, okay? He was a ladies' man, and so he was juggling all these different relationships, and so she had to break up with him. But all of a sudden now, child, since he's locked up, we think we got the best thing since cooked rice, okay? You make it make sense, child. I'm not even going to give myself a headache with that, right? So she pretty much loved him since she was 14, according to her, right? And she gonna love him forever, right? So we already know we about to have some struggle love. But of course, with him coming home, she's just like really excited, looking forward to it, and nervous at the same time, or whatever the case may be. And she put a lot of things in her life on hold. Of course you did, Sheree. Why wouldn't you? Isn't that the typical damn story? So she get over here to the apartment, and like I said, when she come in, mama is just over here all comfortable, okay? And he said she was coming, she cooking up some food or whatever. I said, well, if he not here and he not coming here no time soon, it's supposed to be 3 days away. Why are we in the kitchen making a whole meal when we could be at our house making this meal? I'm confused, right? And so she was just standing there staring at her like she had 3 heads, and she says, well, I don't understand why you're cooking in my kitchen. Like, she said, well, I came here to cook. That's what I came to do, okay? So, they just looking at them funny or whatever. So she's like, yeah, his mom has the key or whatever, and he's such a mama's boy. And I'm like, yeah, I would have to deal with one or the other. Like I said, I don't think I could deal from both. So then they start talking about whether she's heard from him or not. And she's like, no, you would hear from him before I would. And she's over here like, oh, I'm glad you know that I would hear from him, first. And that's when she went into, she want to be the boss of everything. She's very demanding. But she ain't gonna be demanding with me. She could be demanding with everybody but me. I said, okay, mama, I hear you. So on the one hand, she's saying that, you know, when he do come home, she want him to be on top of it. She want her to keep him in line. Sheree over here talking about how she already got something on his phone where she would be able to track him. Child, it sounds like it's going to be a whole ass mess and it's not going to work out good, right? But of course, mama's concern is just that, you know, she don't want him going back in. He already been there, did that, and she want him to just keep going and be straightforward and be able to make things work for himself, right? What you would expect her to say. And so, you know, most black men that come out, they go right back and all of that, and she don't want that to be him, so she want him to stay on the straight and narrow. So later, Sheree gets a phone call. At this point, she's packing up stuff to go ahead and be able to, you know, get a hotel room and go to where he is and get him out, being as though he's supposed to be coming home in the 3 days. And she's so excited, and she's having this conversation with, I believe it was a friend of hers. And, you know, before that, she was telling his mom, like, I want to make sure he get back in school, that he got his stuff together. He needs to know that we're in this together and all of that. And that's when she talked about having the location on the phone and all of that. And so now, you know, they have been dating 3.5 years currently, outside of when they was together when she was 14 or whatever, right? And so, you know, mama did tell her that she would have to bring it down a notch, but Sheree did let us know that she had this secret and she was nervous about that. So I'm like saying, well, what's the secret, girl? Spill the tea. What's the secret? What's the secret? So now when she get on the phone with the friend and she's asking her, you know, how you feel? I know you nervous. I know you excited and all of that. She's like, yeah. And she was saying they going to this hotel because she don't want to come home and the neighbors know her name. Okay, she don't want to be making a whole bunch of noise with the neighbors. So they laugh about that. And then she asking her, like, are you excited about the party? And she's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to the party. So then she talking about some, oh, I invited Rich. And she was like, really? You invited Rich? So I'm like, well, who's Rich, girl? Spill the tea. What happened? What's going on? She started going into, oh, that's my ex. And the whole time that me and Anthony have been together, he always have had something negative to say about him. He's always basically saying that we not gonna make it, and if he wasn't locked up, then I would have this or that or whatever. So I want him to basically be able to come to the party so that he could see us together and he could see how good we working. And I'm like, oh, so you want to prove something to your ex? So far you're giving me fake. You're giving me liar with what we find out with the whole fake marriage or whatever. And you're giving me that you too busy worried about proving things to other people, child. So I don't know about you, Sheree. Because right after that, she's like, oh, you know the whole thing of my family thinks that we're married and we're really not. And she's like, yeah, what are you going to do about that? Are you going to tell them? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to tell him. There's not going to be no choice. And she said, well, they really can't get but so mad at you because he lied to you to begin with or whatever. It wasn't like you knew. And she was like, yeah. Then she changes it and says, well, he didn't technically really flat out lie. The thing about it was that they was supposed to get married and he didn't realize that he had put in the paperwork while he was locked up and it didn't go through. And therefore, that held them up from actually going through with the wedding. And instead of her just telling her family the damn truth about it, she went online and paid $99.99 to fill out a fake marriage certificate. Child, I didn't even know you could do that. And basically told everybody that she was married and was basically, I guess, showing them the fake certificate every chance she got. And then told him what she did. And he was like, what? And she was like, well, if you never, messed up and freaking had me thinking that we was about to get married. And he was like, yeah, you right. And he didn't want to argue with her about that. So he let it go. I said, all of y'all is freaking weird at this point to me. Okay. So she's like, it's not no big deal on the one hand because they will get married and he do have it finalized now and she has the paperwork for that or whatever. And if anything, they more so gonna be like, well, why did you lie to us? You didn't have to. I say, yeah, girl. So we shall see with them, y'all. But moving on to the next couple, we gonna go on to Melissa and Louis. Melissa is just as damn crazy as she was when we last saw her. She, of course, is excited and looking forward to, having Louis out and stuff like that. She's supposed to be getting ready to leave to go down and see him when he get out, go with his mom at the same time to pick him up. But she's going to meet up with her sisters and her father first. And, he calls her while she's on the way there, and she's saying how she about to go have lunch with them. And he's like, oh, that's cool. So then when she get there, of course, she's late. She's always late. I remember her always showing up late to things in her season of Love After Lockup, and his mom complaining about that with her or whatever. And she sit down with them, and they like, why are you late? And she's talking about, oh, Louis. So they was like, yeah, everything was Louis, Louis, Louis. Oh, well, you already know I love him. That was the love of my life for high school. And they like, yeah, high school. She's saying how he was so fine, and how the things that she liked about him was his physique and the tattoo that he have on. Mind you, as soon as she sit down and she talking, they are basically like, girl, like, you saying that you not worried because daddy was like, his concern is that he gonna be using drugs when he get out. And he was like, I need to go smoke a cigarette. And she was like, why? It's stressing you out. And he was like, yeah. He was like, you know how I feel about drug addicts. So she's like, he's not a drug addict, he's not using drugs. And he was like, wow, who said him? And you just believe what he say. So he leave and go out, and she's like, okay, let me move, sit in the next chair so that I don't be close to the door or whatever. And she's like, well, y'all know how I feel about him and everything like that. And she was like, he gonna have to get himself together, and he gonna have to come on and move down here, because I'm not gonna move down to Georgia where he's at. So they like, well, what is he gonna do here? Oh, well, he gonna have to work, he gonna have to get in school, he gonna have to be doing something. He ain't gonna just be sitting around doing nothing. And they were saying, yeah, no, you ain't gonna move there. So when she's saying she not worried about the drugs and stuff like that, they was like, well, what is your worry? Is it girls? And she was like, I mean, yeah, a little bit. So they was like, girl, don't nobody want him. And she was like, well, I wanted him. They was like, yeah, because you crazy as hell. You shouldn't want him. Like, you are so much better than him, and you deserve so much better than that. And they was like, he don't even have no teeth. And she like, yeah, he got a tooth. So she's like, today he got one tooth. I said, not one tooth. Then she gonna say 5. So while daddy took his teeth out at the damn table and was like, this is what you would have to deal with, and they was all like, I said, not taking your teeth out. Okay, talking about, this is what you're going to have to kiss and what you got to wake up to. So they was like, oh, you got a toothless gem. They was just having mad jokes. I ain't going to lie. That shit had me cracking up, right? And so, they was like, well, why is his teeth like that? And she's like, from drugs. I said, girl, I thought you just finished saying he ain't do damn drugs. Now, mind you, we end up seeing his freaking mother, and she over here shedding a tear because she's like, oh, he said to me that I have to, not make him choose between me and her. And she's like, it's not no choice at the end of the day, okay? Because I'm the one that was going to court with you. I'm the one that was sticking by you through this whole thing, and blah, 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 blah. She over here making up the bed. Oh, this is his bed for when he ready to go, come home and everything. So we already know it's going to be a showdown between Louis, mama, and Melissa, okay? And I'm like, mama, I get it. You love your son. You want the best for your son. Girl, let it go, though. Okay, you are his mama. You not supposed to sit here and be in competition with whoever woman that wants him and supposedly loves him and wants to be with him. Like, that's not supposed to be a competition. But nonetheless, I digress, child. This is where we excuse me, this is where we at. So at this point, we see her go to the airport, pick up a car, driving down to go ahead to, get to mama and pick her up. And she like, child, I would rather spend 3 years in damn jail than 3 hours driving with his mama. Like, I know she about to drive me damn crazy. And she's basically like, she could go ahead and sit in the back and look at the damn, open road or whatever the case may be, and leave me the hell alone. So they supposed to be traveling to go pick up Louis. And I said, shit, at this point, I feel a little bad for Louis, because Louis don't know what the hell he about to get. But we already could see that's going to be a hot ass mess. So next after that, we basically had, Keaton and Brittany. Brittany is getting up, getting herself together. She's saying how, she was so nauseous. She wanted to throw up. She's just so excited, so looking forward to this. Keaton is saying, yeah, he looking forward to this. They have their little phone call or whatever. And then it's like, all right, I'm going to see you tomorrow. And, he say he going to work out. And she calls her dad. They talk. He know that she's supposed to be going. Like, her family is this conservative family, really gave her a hard time, not accepting necessarily of her relationship, but it looked like she's able to talk to her dad a little bit more than her mom, versus Keaton family, who's been very supportive of him and has been basically inviting to her. But we do have, of course, the little stalker situations going on with EB and the brothers reporting things on her and things of that nature, which I don't care too much about. And from what we've seen in Love during Lockup, it seems like Knock is lying at times too. So, we got to keep our eye out on that. But in terms of just the relationship wise, it seemed like Knock has more of a support, and they are accepting to her. And so when she's on the way to drive to, leave and go pick Knock up, you got his mom calling and being like, oh, you on the way, and what should I wear, and I'm gonna put this and that on, and I'm not gonna outshine you, I'm gonna be mama. And her just saying that she really loves his mom is like her second mom, she's such a sweetheart and things of that nature. And so she gets there and she's saying how she bought him a red shirt, black shorts, red and white shoes, and she's just keep looking to see if she sees this person that's going to be coming with that on. She didn't want to drive too close to the prison because she didn't know whether or not, he was going to be coming out or whatever. I mean, she didn't want to drive too close because of her parole, and she could basically end up getting like 20 something years tapped on if she get caught and she not supposed to be there. So I'm like, girl, well, why would you even jeopardize yourself like that? So anyway, that was supposed to be the whole point of her keeping a distance and not driving up close. So she's steadily looking, and she like, all I'm seeing is guards and stuff like that. And finally we see the person with a red shirt, he come walking out and got this box, and she like, babe, put the box down and run to me. So he run and he picking her up, twirling her around and all of that, and then go back for the box. And she's just super happy to see him. Of course, we go over to the car, we kissing some more. And then she talking about, well, one thing that I miss when you used to rap to me. And like, oh, you want me to rap? And he say this little rap. And I said, child, stick to your day job, because that ain't it. But one thing about Brittany, it seemed like anything he do, she just like, baby, I love it. That's great. And she like, oh, you my sugar pie, honey bun, sweet dumpling, chocolate dumpling. Okay, I just love you. You so handsome. You look so good. And he like, don't call me dumpling. Okay, let's find another name. And so they go ahead and get in the car to drive. And it's like, complaining about the way she drive, complaining she too close to the white line, complaining about how her hands is on the wheel, and she like, how your hands be, and I know how to drive and all of that. So then when they get there, his mom comes out, and she kept kind of covering her face. And at first I thought, not trying to be funny, but I thought maybe she was trying to hide her mouth, her teeth or whatever. Like she didn't have no teeth in her mouth. But at one point he actually asked her, like, Ma, why you keep covering your face? And she was saying it's from the chemo, that she actually has like a rare cancer that 5 different, women in the family have. And she's been the first one to survive. So I'm like, oh, God bless her. And she was just saying that she really loves Brittany a lot too, and think Brittany is the perfect match for him and stuff like that, and was saying how good he looked, how handsome he looked. I think it was his brother that came out and hugged like, yo, you look good, you got a little bit bigger. So we was just showing so much love and cooking and trying to celebrate the fact that he's home or whatever. And he was saying like, I'm sorry I wasn't there for you with everything that you went through with the cancer. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry too, I wish that you were here, but it's okay, you here now. And he was like, basically just saying that once I'm here now, I'm not going back in, like I'm gonna be there for you or whatever, right? And just asking her how she feels in terms of his life, and whether she feel a certain way with him being a transgender man. And she's like, man, don't ask me no dumb questions. Like, I don't give a damn. As a matter of fact, she was saying like in the confessional when she was talking to the cameras that for me, he is a man, and that's that. Like, I don't even have to say transgender. And she was saying that she loves them being together. And he was saying how, her family is not supportive. And she was like, I don't care, that's my baby, like I love her and I'm supportive, I'm here, I got that. And she was saying to him that no matter what happens, if she was to die today, like know that I'm proud of you and I love you. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I shed some tears with that. I thought that was really, really, just a sweet moment between him and his mom. And Brittany has said, like, come upstairs and see the room and see how she fixed it up. And he like, oh, this is nice and this bed is nice. He's like, shit, anything is better than a cell. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't gotta do no whole bunch of stuff for that. So she did say the only thing she's not too crazy about when it comes to Brittany is Miss Girl always want to be like baby, 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 right? And we know that if you watch Love During Lockup, she was crying because they had went to see the doctor about getting the artificial insemination and all of that different type of stuff, and finding out about whether she would be able to carry a baby or not. And so, but his mom was basically saying, I'm glad you are who you are. Like, you don't owe me nothing. I'm proud to be your mom and you got this and stuff like that. And just kept saying, like, you so handsome, you look so good, and all of that kind of stuff. So it was like nothing but positivity and love from his mom. And I just feel like you can't be mad at that. Like, that was cool to me. But we know it's going to be some other drama, baby. And we going to be here for it, all right? And so last but never, ever least, we gonna talk about Ashanti and Ranika. Ashanti and Ranika, Ashanti and Ranika, Ashanti and Ranika. Now, of course, for most of the first part that they showed in this episode, we had actually already saw, if you watched Love During Lockup, right? With him coming out, with her jumping on top of him, with her crying and being excited that he, was out. And child, I didn't even catch it the first time that Love TV, Love After Lockup, no, they wrong, because at one point she called up the person that was supposedly his auntie, and she was asking, are you his auntie? And it's like, no, I'm his girlfriend. And it's like, no, I'm talking about Ashanti. And it's like, yeah, girl, I'm his girlfriend. Okay, Lucretia's, yeah, I'm his girlfriend. So that person had called back the phone, and she just was like, oh yeah, his girlfriend, you might want to talk to him. And she's over here hitting him. But at the same time, she stays quiet. She never took time to ask the person any questions when she was on the phone, because she talking about something. She just gonna be quiet and hold it a minute, because she never got the chance to be with him and spend time with him, and she worried about being able to get some. And I'm like, huh? So mind you, when he get off the phone, he's like, what's the problem? Calm your behind down. Why are you acting like that? He's like, you gotta trust me, and I would never lie to you, and I would never steer you wrong, and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And at the same time, why he flipped it, and I said, I know I ain't just hear what I thought I heard. And told her, tough titty, okay, tough luck, buttercup, suck it up, all right? Like, basically, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm the man, and what I say goes, and all of this type of stuff. And so it shouldn't be no question, and it shouldn't be no, are you, what am I doing, and questioning me, and all this other type of stuff, or whatever, right? Whatever I say, that should be going. And she talking about some, yes, baby, and I understand that, and I know that. And I'm like, what am I hearing? Like, what are we talking about, Ranika? Huh? Who? Like, you talking to me? Who? Ranika, girl, it's giving desperation. It's giving stand up. Stand up, girl. Stand up. Like, do you think that freaking low of yourself? But I guess she answered back, yes, Tamika. Yes, I do. Because she still was there sitting, driving his ass, talking about some, are you hungry? And he over here talking about it's a full moon and hollering and all of that, and saying how happy he is to see her. We talking about how his hands are soft. And yeah, you can't wait till I'm touching on your behind later. And then that's when she was going into the different ones she have, the Diva, Nika, Ranika and Nutty Nika and whatever. And he talking about, well, I just want Ranika. She talking about, no, you about to get, the Nutty Nika or whatever. And, Diva Nika is the one that was cursing out her family and performing at the show. Regular Ranika is when she was talking to her kids, but he about to get the other one. When, girl? Because you don't look like you about to give nothing but dumb Nika. That's what you about to give, because you giving that real stupidity, okay? And so, basically, she's saying, don't try to lie to me. Don't try to sneak around me. Don't try to play me. I got to keep my foot in your ass and all of this stuff. But 2 minutes later, honey, he flipped it right on her and was like, what you not going to do is question me. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to go where I want to go now. He told her when he answered the person that's on the phone that's supposedly auntie and WeTV, that's what I was saying about them. I lost my train of thought. Why they had coming across the screen, girlfriend slash auntie or auntie slash girlfriend. I said, WeTV, y'all is crazy, right? Y'all know y'all messy. So she on the phone and he's saying, yeah, text her phone. So when he get off that phone call, he's saying to Ranika, like, yo, I'm going to have to make a run because auntie got a phone for me. And she's like, well, where you go, I go. Like, we both going together until I can see things that I'm supposed to be able to trust you both in your face and, behind the back or whatever the case may be. I'm going to be right there with you. And he like, no, I'm going to take the car and drive over there myself. I said, child, listen, you would be calling an Uber or auntie would be picking you up and you would be going with her and you should have told auntie to send that whole damn $3,000. Ranika playing too many games for me. She is being very thirst bucket and I cannot stand a thirsty person, whether it's a male or female. You mean to tell me you need some damn dick that bad, girl? For me, I think it's more about what I said to begin with, that we don't want to go back home with our tail between our legs because we know we done made a damn fool and paid all this money and came down here and brought our kids to a piece of damn crap. And that's exactly what you did. I'm sorry, girl. No way, Jose, that I would freaking go for that nonsense. So she over here telling him, yeah, she understand and she gonna listen and he got it or whatever. And we get back to the hotel room and we kissy, pussy, okay? And rubbing and rolling and, all of that. And we want to tell the damn cameras to get out so we could go ahead and do what we gotta do. You saying you don't want to be a fool, but you basically being a damn fool. He's saying, I'm not cheating on you, I got you. She was like, so what, you acting like we in a damn, open relationship? And he's asking if she gonna leave. And he was like, if you could tell me if you gonna leave, you could put me out right here and I could walk. Child, he would have been walking. Okay, you should have talked all that shit before I spent my money. But see, I'm different than Ranika because I would have never been down here to begin with. She gonna say, I'm not putting you out, but I just need to know that you got my back and you gonna be here for me. So he's like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Hold my hand, girl. I got you. I got you on holy matrimony and all this stuff. So, at the same time, she's over here trying to act hard, talking about some on God you playing and keep trying to play me and, saying that this is supposed to be the happiest day of her life. And he's like, you acting like it's the saddest day of your life. You need to act like, act right. And that's when he basically told her, suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, Ranika. She laughing, saying, I'm sick of his shit, but I love him and I'm so happy to see him. Girl, you ain't even never get none of it, so I can't even say, damn, the thing must be big, she must be with by it. You ain't even get none of it. You being thirsty to try to get it, and you may be damn disappointed with what it is, talking about it's been such a long damn time, and I just want to get laid. So at that point, that's when they went in. And of course, this when we all, kissing on up and whatever. And she talking about, you gonna have the diva Nika spell. I said, no, he gonna have the dumb Nika that he know the hell he got already, girl. So nonetheless, of course, she gave him a little tour, like this the kitchen, this the laundry room and all of that. King and queen room, whatever. And we don't give a damn about all of that. We just want to get in here, get some of your behind. Okay, which is exactly what the hell he did. Said the bed felt better than, of course, the prison bed. Of course, it ain't gonna take much for that. And child, he on the damn bed with them funky ass clothes that he been wearing. Like, get your ass in the fucking shower. Excuse my language, y'all. I be trying not to curse when I do these reviews, but this was pissing me off. Take those funky clothes off and get in the damn shower. But I ain't see them do that either. I never see these people wash their ass. He just jumping right on the bed and they right into kissing, and they like they main focus right now is sex. And so you know, they go ahead and they do what they gotta do, and later we seeing on the damn cameras him creeping out with a damn hood and everything on, looking like he in all black, and it looked like a car was pulling up. So either he followed my advice and did have a car that came and picked him up, or auntie girlfriend done got up out her damn bed and drove over there to get him. One or the other, y'all. But that basically was the episode. This gonna be a hot mess of a season, exactly what we expecting it to be. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about this. You know, it was like 4 hours later, he was up the hell up out of there, okay? Tell me what y'all liked, what y'all didn't like, anything that I missed, y'all. Let's talk about it in the comments, okay? Oh, child. Give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Till next time, y'all.